No cap.
I'm like, bro, 2 million people are voting against my right to live. Like, that's not okay. I have to pack my bags, boo.
Oh my god, it's so real. Like,
Hey, what's good, YouTube? It is Brihall, and I am back finally from a long break, and I'm here to give y'all a life update on everything that's been going on. The sun is setting a little bit, and I'm sitting in my car right now, so hopefully I don't have to cut this video short because of the sun. If so, I'm gonna try to take it inside, but I just wanted to keep this quick video for y'all. Also, all these questions came from my text community. I just wanted to connect with y'all a little bit more and find just better ways to vibe and like get video suggestions, show y'all behind the scenes and all that stuff. So I actually have a number now that you can text me at, which I'll put on screen right here. All the questions today came from my text community. We're already at such a high number. I'm so excited. All right, so I wrote down y'all's questions and I put it in my notebook because I didn't want to be like, you know, looking through my phone too much to try to find them. All right, so y'all, I'm so happy to be back, by the way. And this is from Miriam, by the way. How are you and what have you been working on in quarantine? Y'all, I'm so much better. There's still a lot of stuff I have to work on, in all honesty, like, but mood-wise, I'm starting to just, like, I think things are looking up. Like, I feel a lot better. My energy's better. I'm taking good care of myself. I'm like, my health is better. I'm getting some little muscles, you feel me? But, you know, again, work in progress. But overall, I'm doing well. And what have I been working on in quarantine? Miriam, I got you. I'm gonna answer this in a later question. All right, so Brianna asked, which, oh, we have the same name, Brianna, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many ways to pronounce it, but hey girl, hey, how you doing? Why did you begin YouTube and what motivates you to keep going? So I actually started doing this exercise called Find Your Why because I know why I began YouTube, but I think that my why has expired since then. I needed an outlet. I felt invisible. I grew up, like I have a lot of siblings, but I grew up predominantly an only child. So I needed a way to like express myself. And I was just like, y'all know it was an accident at first, but then it became like, man, these people actually listen to little old me. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why y'all love me, but here we are. So I was like, every time y'all asked for something or wanted something, I was like, I gotta come through. And yeah, so I think that's like why I started YouTube, basically, y'all. It's just, initially it was, I love helping people and teaching. Y'all say I'm a good teacher, and I just wanted to express myself. And what motivates me to keep going, like I said, there's a TikTok exercise called Find Your Why, where you just list 10 whys. So you start with like your primary why, like I want 1 million subscribers, whatever, and it's like why as the second one, so I can help people. The third one, because I wish people had someone like me when they're going through similar experiences that I was, yada yada yada. And then you keep going till you get to like 7 or 10, and that really helps me redefine why I do things as I get older and stuff. Berlin asked, what shows am I watching right now? Y'all, what shows am I not watching right now? What shows am I not watching? I've been watching, I'm so happy, y'all. Like, I dead ass teared up a little bit. I teared up because Grey's Anatomy's back. That's my show, okay? Like, you know how many seasons Grey's has. I've rewatched Grey's with my mama, my boyfriend. I rewatched it with everybody, bruh. If you want to rewatch Grey's Anatomy from the beginning, holla at me. I'm the one. But so I'm just happy that Grey's is back because it's just painful waiting week to week. Also, This Is Us is back as well. I be watching This Is Us, pulling on my heartstrings. As y'all can see, I love a good drama. I love a good plot line type of show. So yeah, and then I watched I think it's like seven or 8 seasons of Desperate Housewives. And that's why I'm kind of pissed off about what Eva Longoria said, because I kid y'all not, I just finished Desperate Housewives. So I was like, you know, on a high. I was like, ooh, this show is good. It's funny. It's not what I expected. It's real dramatic, real funny. The plot is great. The character development's great. And then Shawty went and said that thing. And if y'all don't know, go look it up. She said basically that Latinos were the real heroines of, and heroines just means heroes, of the election. Meanwhile, Stacey Abrams is typing, sis. Like, what? Black women came through. Okay, so that's that. And then I started Revenge. Okay, Revenge is kind of corny, but I can't stop watching it. So there's that. There's probably a million shows I'm forgetting right now. But yeah, comment your favorite shows below. Tia said, how do you remain positive, especially during this pandemic? The real answer, y'all, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I think our generation is so obsessed with consistent positivity, yet our generation also has the highest rate of depression out of any generation. We have higher rates of depression than people in complete poverty and third world countries, even though I just tweeted the United States is like a third world country and Gucci flip-flops. Like, we really looking a little third world with this election and the Proud Boys and all this. But needless to say, I really don't pretend to be happy when I'm not, and that's something I used to be. I used to be a people pleaser, like really heavy, and that's something that I worked on really hard recently, to just speak my mind more and set boundaries, do what I need to do. But yeah, to answer your question though, when I know I'm slipping into negativity, I try to actually like watch things that, you know, help with my mood, which I will continue in another question, I promise. Kyla asks, girl, there has been so much hype around the PS5. Are you planning on getting it, or are you not the gaming type? That is an interesting question. I literally was having this conversation about gaming last night, y'all. I grew up in a household with a foreign parent, and I noticed there's a disconnect with the gaming world. Let me know if this is just my experience or if other people can relate. Like, I feel like foreign parents, because the priority set is so different, gaming wasn't like appreciated or prioritized in any way. Now it's a whole industry, and I'm kind of mad because I was really heavy into gaming, like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Frogger, heavy on the Sims. I had Sims since Sims was the PC game and the disc called Sim City. Like, I had Sims before Sims was Sims. Like, that was like the beta of like the Sims 1, the Sims 2, all that shit. Yes, I am definitely into gaming. PS5 looks amazing, but as we've seen from the PS4, they've had like, what, the 10 years or so? I forgot how much gap time between the models has been. But I would wait on it because I feel like with gaming systems, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but sometimes they are not compatible with your old games and stuff like that. So I would honestly, y'all, wait on that PS5 until they make more games for it, till the price drops, because people are gonna start taxing and reselling for them. Let the hype die down, and then I'll probably get it. Brianna C said, how do you annotate when you're reading? Thank you for reminding me. I need to make this video, and literally I have so many videos that I started editing, but that's why I did the poll on the community page, like, what do you guys want to see first? And y'all said life update, which I'm happy about, because honestly I would have came back a little sooner, but I was being indecisive about what videos to upload next, and I have a bunch of like stuff just kind of sitting waiting to be uploaded. So after this video, keep coming back to my channel, y'all, because I'm no cap, we're gonna have videos. They're coming, I promise. All right, so the sun is starting to go down a little bit, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm probably gonna do like, I'm gonna try to get 20 questions, fingers crossed. Might need to keep my answers a little shorter. But Tolu said, how's Callie living? Can we get a friend update? Wait, have you made friends since the last video where I was being one of those people that complains about friends and Los Angeles, yada yada? Yes, I have made friends, y'all. I have made friends. What is funny about that though, like, I've noticed I got mad cool with a couple people, but I was like, why are all my friends in Cali not from Cali? So I was like, bro, I really want to make a friend that was born and raised in Southern California. Like, where are y'all? I do want to make more friends that do what I do, because it does help motivate me. And that's another tip I have. Find people that are like-minded, that do what you do, or in similar adjacent professions, because that's why, you know, I want some more, you know, people that are from the area. But right now, all my friends are from the East Coast that just moved here, and I'm like, it's just something about the vibes. It's just the vibes. We just here. But I am so open to Southern Cali friends. LaShawn said, when are you releasing music, and can I collab with you on a song? Ooh, good question. 2021. I'm just doing a fresh start. I decided to just use this year that's a history making year to record music and like just write and pour out my emotions into artwork. So yeah, and collaborate on a song. Send me some stuff. Let me hear your music. You know, we could probably get something popping. We'll see. My people will talk to your people. All right. Love this question. So I hope I get your name right. I am so sorry if I don't. Elena said, how did you get so good at creating backgrounds for pics? Now, if y'all have followed me, you know that on Instagram, I haven't been inactive. My Instagram, I have been doing all these crazy looks for Halloween. Sorry, I shouldn't say crazy as someone in the neurodivergent community. All these really intense looks. on my Instagram, and that's been so much fun. So what Elena's referring to is all the graphics and effects and backgrounds that I've been using. And I'm actually an award-winning graphic designer. I designed the logo for my county back in the day, and I have 4 certifications in Photoshop. Pow. All right, y'all, my bad. I had to turn on the car. I hope it's not too loud. Fingers crossed. But all right, so that's that. And then Alicia said, how do you balance work and self-care? I'm going to plug my how I work from home video, because I think that I addressed that a little bit more in that video. But also I plan my self-care like I plan my work and school, because you have to make the I should do stuff the I'm doing this regardless. So I say choose 2 to 3 things that are appearance-based self-care that you do regardless of what's going on in your life. No questions asked. Top of the priority list. Everybody can wait, like, period. And then you choose 2 or 3 things that are self-care based, that are more internal and about your mental health. So setting boundaries, huge one. And you know, things that you just won't tolerate and things that you need, and yeah, and just apply those to your life. Like, no questions, no negotiation. That is what you need, period. So Aisha said, what are some things you're doing to cope with stress? Woo, woo. This is one thing I figured out, like, let me turn the car off too, y'all. Okay, I feel like it's being loud. All right, so yeah, we got that push to start, girl. We got that. Anyway, so let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. So for balancing stress, one thing I've been doing a lot is strict, uninterrupted breaks. And I have people over. I live with somebody, like, so literally, I have neighbors, whatever. I literally will put a text message out. I'll put a post-it note wherever I'm at and say, hey, I'm taking a 10-minute break and I need this break to be completely undisturbed, you know, for my mental health and well-being. And during that 10-minute break, I do nothing related to my work. I realize my work is also social media, so actually will do something that feels like a break. So I will go on Hulu. I'll watch like 10-15 minutes of a show I enjoy, and I set a timer. And what's helped is I honor the break too, because when you honor the leisure, you also honor the work, and it kind of like creates this flow where you're actually because you gave yourself the playtime that you needed, you are excited to get back to work. It's the weirdest thing, because being burnt out is not it. All right, Sierra and Caroline asked, do I have any new books I'm reading or new hobbies? Well, books, honestly, I've been reading like a few ebooks here and there. Nothing that I'm like thrilled about that I'm like, you guys need to read this right now. But I do have some books that I recommended on Instagram that I'm still getting through that stack. It was like 10 books, okay? I'm trying to get back into my reading, because reading again as a kid through adult life has been a big part of my life. So but new hobbies, why yes, I bought and installed a pole in my house a few months ago, and I've been documenting my pole journey from the very first day down to the last. I don't know if you can, it's probably gonna be so hard to see. I have like rock hard calluses and even some red spots on my hands from the pole. I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, right there. So your girl been twirling or whatever. It is such a good workout, but needless to say, I still have a long ways to go. I am not that, like, I'm still working on flexibility and all that, but girl, yes. And I got some new skates. I have so many updates for y'all outside this video, because we going to the skate park, baby. But anyway, let's see. All right, so one thing that Kiana asked, has COVID helped me improve or diminish any of my habits? Sorry, y'all, the sun is really about to go down. And I would say I got really lazy with my nails and my hair. I'm gonna do a follow-up video after this one about what I've been doing, because my hair has grown a lot during COVID, like so much because of my laziness. And I'm also gonna show y'all how I style my hair when you're grieving, depressed, going through a stressful time in life, you're too busy. How to, like, my easiest foolproof natural hair method that literally your hair will grow, your hair will be healthy and waiting for you on the other side of the bull. You feel me, girl? Okay, so Jasmine said, hold on, let me actually try to brighten my camera a little bit. All right, we got a little more time. Okay, so Jasmine said, what keeps you going when you're in a rut? I suffer from depression and it's been rough. Jasmine, thank you so much again for your vulnerability. I know I messaged you back already, but I just want to again say how proud I am of you for being so self-aware and asking a question like this, because for so many people that struggle with depression, it's hard to even admit or ask for help or say that they're going through a rough time. So one thing I love doing is just staying present, because I'm somebody who can disassociate as a coping mechanism, where I'm just floating through my day and I just don't feel anything. It's just kind of like a straight line, just nothing's going on in the heart region. So I try to also just honor my feelings. If I'm feeling down about something, I don't have to be the strong black woman. I don't have to do all that. So I literally try to honor, if I'm feeling tired, I honor that. If I'm feeling stressed, I honor the fact that I'm feeling stressed. And then when you're honest and you honor how you're feeling, then you could be honest and honor what you can do to be helpful to yourself, if that makes sense. If I have a deadline at 5 p.m. and it is 3:30 and I have so much work to do, but I am stressed and I am hungry and tired, I keep grabbing go snacks and things ready to go, and I'll say, you know what? Let me take 10 minutes to myself. Let me sip on this meal replacement drink and zone out for a little bit. And then after the 10 minutes is up, I feel a breath of fresh air and I'm like, let's do it, let's go. So yeah, that's something that I like to do. All right, y'all, so I came back in the crib. Let me grab my book again. I gotta flip back to the page because my camera died, so I honored my feelings and I went and got a snack. Girl, I got reheated some chicken wings and some turmeric rice. It was really good. So I'm in good spirits or whatever. And I noticed when I watched some of the clips back, I was talking like mad fast because I was really trying to do the dash and get past, you know, the sun and all that. But now we in the crib, so it is what it is. We can talk at normal speed. So for anyone that was like, bruh, she is, now we can, y'all feel me? I hope so. All right, let's figure out where we were just at. All right, so the next one is from Baptiste, I want to say. I hope I got it right again. But yeah, the question is, have you been able to see your family since moving? And the answer to that is no. I have not gotten to see them, but it's fine because like we talk more than I talked when I was in college with my family and everything. We talk, my mom and I probably talk like 3-4 days a week, sometimes every day. Sorry, y'all. I got a ghost in this mug. Like, say that. Y'all heard that, right? That's the fan in my bathroom. I kid you not, it turns on by itself. All right, I'm about to go turn this off. At least y'all be seeing that I don't be making this stuff up. It's paranormal, you feel me? But it don't feel like bad energy either, so I don't really, but you know what I mean. All right, so yeah, so I haven't seen my family, but if y'all watch me on Instagram, you know when I was making the beat recreation to that Drake song, I was on the phone with my grandma. So I talked to my grandparents, you know, probably once a week, once every 2 weeks, and my family like multiple times a week. So I miss them though. I love y'all. If y'all watching this, I love you. All right, so and also like side note, but it's a pandemic, bro, and you know my folks are at a certain age and my grandparents are at a certain age where I just feel like when you respect people, you also like respect their health and each other's health. And just out of respect for each other, my family, though we miss each other so much, we've decided to like make a conscious effort to protect our health. So that's that, you know what I mean? So it's out of love regardless. But yeah, Dejir said, how can I get back to my old self after falling into depression? Seems like a lot of people have been dealing with depression and sadness during this time, and I would say to get back to your old self, it's really hard because I know what you mean, but like it's almost like you're constantly growing and evolving. So I feel like this is my personal answer. I try to stop chasing my old self. I honor my old self as much as possible, but I also realize that I have the potential to grow and become anyone in the world that I need to be or want to be. So something that helps me is I will write down my dream self, like me as the baddest bee, like me at the top of my game, like what would that version of me look like? Where would she be walking? What would she be doing? What would she be driving? Where will she be, you know, all these things. And your brain, scientifically they say, can't differentiate between when you visualize versus when you actually experience something. That's why people with PTSD and things really struggle, because the brain is feeling like it's reliving that experience. The same areas will light up. So I do the opposite of that, and I create positive self-image, and I really write that down, and I try my best to visualize that. And then I'll work on one component of that image, like maybe for a week or 2 weeks, and then I'll move on to another component, like financially stable. What can I do for my finances this week? And it's not easy, guys. Like, that's one thing I have to put out there. It's not easy, you know, but it's a process. And one thing is, it's hard to do. Like, when I give these types of advice, I really have to make that disclaimer that it is hard to do, but it's possible. That's what I want to communicate today. It is possible. It is possible for you to get to the best version of yourself, but it starts with honestly wanting to. And I know it sounds like common sense, like, but Brie, my depression and everything doesn't allow me to want to. I know, but sometimes, as someone who has ADHD and is prone to depressive episodes and what have you, like, I had to be, when I say honoring your feelings and being real with yourself, I had to be honest with myself and realizing that at times I didn't want to be the best version of myself, and I got attached to that lackluster version of myself. The pain, the sadness, etc. started to feel like home, and it became a security blanket to me. So it has to become a breaking point where you realize, I hate it here. I don't want to be with my security blanket. I am comfortable losing my security blanket, losing these things and this identity I clung on to, because admitting that you actually fell in love with or became one with your sadness is a way to break up with that version of you. Oh man, I could go on a tangent with that for a while, but I hope that was helpful. I hope. But all right, so Brenda said, how are you keeping long distance friendships alive during the pandemic? Oh man, that's pretty tough for me, because again, with ADHD, we have object permanence or object impermanence, what have you. So that just means that out of sight, out of mind is quite literal to ADHD individuals. One thing that's helped me with maintaining friendships is actually, this might sound like, whoa, that's kind of much to, like, you know, somebody neurotypical probably, but I will actually, like, if there's friends that really matter to me and I want to keep a bond with them, I will either keep something of theirs, like my friends and I exchange gifts and what have you, so I'll keep something that they got me, or their, you know, something with their name on it, or a photo of us. I'll keep that in plain sight. And so sometimes I'll walk past that item and look at it and be like, oh crap, I wonder what so-and-so's doing, like, you know what I mean? Because it's never not out of care, but I can literally forget about relationships and people in my life simply because their presence isn't in front of me. And it sounds really messed up, but it's not intentional. It's just the way my brain is wired. So yeah, that's one way I do it. And sending them flowers. I know my friends have gone through some tough stuff too. Like, sending flowers has become one of my favorite things to do. I love getting them, even though they don't last forever. It's just a really nice gesture. And I feel like it's always nice to surprise my friends. So I try to, like, make sure I have everybody's up-to-date shipping address on hand at all times. So, you know, one day I might just pop up with a spontaneous, you know, bouquet of roses, you know, some daffodils or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff. And then also something that I've been working on, I'm still not very good at this, but texting or calling when I think of them. The only reason I'm not good at this is because my job is really inconsistent. So I try to do this more so when I'm off the clock. But also, another thing is the time difference, right? So let's say I wrap up working at 7 p.m. It's already 10 p.m. on the East Coast, so I have to be mindful of the time. That's the one thing. Tiana wants to know, what's it like always being busy, and how do you manage? So in this case, I am busy a lot, but again, with ADHD, I constantly feel like I'm behind on everything at all times. Like I just feel like I'm running. So one thing I do out of care for myself is actually use the object permanence thing, or object impermanence, I gotta remember, to my advantage. So when I'm trying to take a break or trying to, you know, have a guilt-free decompressing moment, I will go to either the bedroom or someplace, sometimes even the bathroom. I know like people might be like, what? Like sometimes I will, this sounds like really funny, but I'll use the bathroom and I'll turn the lights off and I'll just like, you know, sit there and use the bathroom. And these little moments of decompressing are important to me, especially as someone who's very sensitive to lots of stimulus. And so going somewhere and not taking any of my work with me, having that moment where literally it's out of sight, out of mind with my work, and I'll do my best to like just focus on something that's really peaceful. But yeah, I think, again, like I said, just planning breaks is so important, and committing to them. Like, honoring breaks has been the best thing that I've done for myself recently, because I used to just go straight through like a whole 9-hour day and be like, crap, why do I feel like I'm gonna faint? Then I realized, oh my God, I'm so dehydrated. So literally, oh, and then another thing, the object permanence, impermanence, what have you, this works for neurotypical people as well from what I've personally seen. But in order to stay hydrated throughout the day and, you know, nourished, I'll actually keep a water, like a big jug of like water with electrolytes in it, and I keep it on my desk while I'm working at all times. And before I know it, I'll be working and I'll be like, daggone it, my jar is empty. So like that's my favorite way to maintain health and things like that while I'm having a stressful day. Because then honestly, this might, I know we're in workhorse culture, so it might sound like that's a lot, but it makes me able to work longer, harder, and be happier once I'm done with my work and accomplish more because I'm nurturing my health. Yeah, so okay. Oh crap, I wrote this so messy, I'm so sorry. And animes, I hope I said that right, y'all. I apologize. What do you do when you have no motivation to create? Ooh, very good question. So I don't force it, because I feel like forcing it sometimes can associate negative connections to that creation. But what I will do is I'll stimulate creation, if that makes sense. So I will go and watch creative videos on YouTube. I actually keep a list in my artsy fartsy bullet journal of some go-to podcasts that are very creative, go-to YouTube channels that are creative about, you know, journaling and art and freaking colored pencils or what have you. Depends on what I want to do, and I'll just go watch that. I'll go on art, I'll type in art talk on art TikTok, whatever, and I'll watch a couple videos, and before I know it, I'm on the Blick store, I'm on Michael's, AC Moore, whatever, just scrolling, excited. Y'all heard the fan again, right? Can y'all hear it? All right, let me go turn it off again. It's the weirdest thing, y'all. It's a whole button to turn it on and off, and I think it has an auto turn on for humidity, but it's dry ass LA, so I don't know why. Well, we know why it turns on. Spiritual people, we know why, but anyway. And I was gonna say, last thing, as far as what I do when I have no motivation, another thing that ties into watching creative stuff is rebooting my algorithm. Jackie and I did like a amazing video on that, about how to just reprogram your algorithm, where, you know, you watch one negative video and then your whole algorithm is like drama feeds. I'm guilty of that sometimes. Honestly, sometimes drama videos be a decompressing moment where it's just like, ooh, the tea, but neither here nor there. If you're trying to restructure your algorithm, just click on a bunch of creative videos. Even if you don't watch them, just let them play all the way through, like them, leave a comment, what have you, and it'll tell your algorithm this person likes creative stuff. I notice seeing more of it makes me more inclined to be excited about it, and feeling good about art makes me make art, if that makes sense. All right, so why did I write these so messy, y'all? I was really okay. Tier says, how do you deal with sadness? So I started crying recently. Like I'm a bitch that used to hold back tears a lot, you know, like used to fake on the tears and be like, I used to treat tears like currency, where I'd be like, I can't give this my tears because there might be something more serious that comes along that I'm gonna need these for, so I'm gonna hold these on. But one of my best friends, hey girl, if you're watching this, she literally was like, Brie, you've been through more in the last 2-3 years than some people have been through in 25 years. Like, you of all people have all the right to cry. Like, let that shit out. So what I started doing is I was like, bruh, I started crying when I felt sad, and unless I have like, you know, full face of makeup and it's going, you know, I have to like do something. But even then, if it wasn't urgent, I would just cry and redo my makeup. And 10 out of 10 recommend. It's really been helpful. I've been relieved. Just releases all those bad emotions, and I feel like it's easier to move forward after I let that out, because once you're done crying, all the stress hormones and cortisol and all that stuff is starting to diminish and release, and your body's kind of like, all right, now what? Like, it's like, ooh, am I hungry? Like, do I want to write? So I don't know, it's been really helpful. But anyway, Essence said, how do you raise your vibrations when it's easy to succumb to low ones? Ooh, so filtering what I see, knowing my triggers is another one, and animal TikToks. Love them, love them. That's just my baby dog. I like the dog TikToks, cats. Surprisingly, bearded dragon TikTok, really fucking cool. I like, what else? Ooh, there was another animal. There's a girl that had a pig, and oh my gosh, she has the cutest pig. Like, I never, TikTok be having me want to buy every animal or like just invest in every animal's life, and then I'd be like, girl, I'm not at the capacity to do that. I still gotta go get my cat. My cat is with her grandmother on the East Coast, and they took my cat in, but I really, really miss her so much. So yeah, I miss my baby. I've had her since she was 2 months, and now she's old. Anyway, she's 4. Like, what is happening? Anyway, bring it back. Y'all remember my cat. She's a gem. I love her. All right, so let's see. Azia said, I hope I pronounced that right, how did I find love? And basically, how did you find love? And all the guys that I meet seem to just want one thing. It feels impossible to find someone who wants commitment. My answer might surprise you, but I found love after I gave up on love. I gave up on love. I literally said, I'm over it. Over these guys, over these girls. I'm over everybody. Like, we're done. I'm focused on me. I focused on myself and my goals. I know it sounds like a cliche. I wasn't trying to follow some 10-step program. I literally just said, love is done for me. It's over with. Like, it's not even like I'm like being dramatic. Like, I was like, I am forever alone. No, I just said, I was like, bruh, I'm over dating, period. And then I just wanted to work on some goals I had already set in place. And another thing I did is I didn't desire commitment anymore. And not saying I didn't want it for the future, but I also, because I was so over with love, I was just like, and dating and stuff, I really wasn't looking for a committed relationship. Was I open to one? Yes. And I think by doing that, all right, this is gonna be the harsh truth, that either desperation or that yearning, what have you, I feel like attracts a lot of people that can sense that. And so they kind of take advantage of you, or don't see your full worth, or leave you on a bookshelf and, you know, kind of grab and go, you know. So I feel like just doing you is good. And also doing me is literally how I got put at the right place at the right time to meet the right person. And granted, we still both each had a lot to work on. Like, the first year was not easy, but here we are many years later, and I could not be happier. That's my boo, that's my bestie. Let's see, Zoe said, are you still drawing? Are you in a relationship? Yes, I am in a relationship, and yes, I am still drawing, but with new mediums. As I said, like, these cosplays and what have you that I've been doing on Instagram, they're drawings. Like, believe it or not, y'all, when you see fire and you see all these things in there, I'm actually drawing those, or I'm using certain paint brushes from DeviantArt. Like, that's like a form of drawing to me. So I'm a person where when I get bored, I switch up the mediums that I use. So last it was digital drawing, like on my tablet. Now it's cosplay edits. Like, it could be anything. You never know. And then Akira said, how was my recovery process and what helped the most? As y'all know, I had a rough year, and it feels weird because when I say I have a rough year, it doesn't mean I'm hysterically, this is in the past, doesn't mean I'm hysterically crying or what have you. I might just be feeling really numb and walking around like a zombie when things are really rough for me. So it's so weird because I would disassociate from the feeling of a rough time, and I just be walking around acting fine. So then when people would be like, you had a rough year, I'd be like, huh? But yeah, I would say honesty. So being honest with people I worked with, being honest with friends, being honest with family, about how I was feeling, what I was going through. So even last week, I'm really proud of myself because the election was going on and I couldn't focus. Like, I was having a hard time because I'm like, bro, 2 million people are voting against my right to live. Like, that's not okay. I have to pack my bags, boo. So I literally text my team and was like, hey guys, need a mental health day, so I'm gonna catch y'all on Monday. And everybody honored it. So and then they were even like, wow, yeah, like I feel that, you know what I'm saying? And even I got on my calls and everybody was like, yeah, like I feel you. Everybody, like, we empathize with you. And I think when you know, take initiatives and set those boundaries for yourself, people actually respect you more. So that's another thing. Focusing on a healthy food schedule. Again, I have the tendency to, like, you know, skip meals and stuff unintentionally. So just focusing on timing myself when I do things. So when this timer goes off, drop everything. Don't drop it. Drop it. We're going to get a snack. And then I set a snack timer because sometimes I could spend way too long in the kitchen trying to decide. So yeah, I started honoring who I am rather than the idea of who I am. So I'm a night owl. That's something I know, clearly. You see it in this video. I was filming at almost sunset. I still get up at a good time, but I feel most, you see my energy right now. Like, it is like, what, 4:30, 5 o'clock? My energy is up. It is up. So I started honoring when my energy is the highest rather than trying to conform to the early bird schedule. I was like, all right, I figured out, like, how can I automate things to send out in the morning but still honor the fact that I like to work at night? What kind of lighting can I get so that I could film at night, you know what I mean, and do things at night? And yeah, I think just honoring that. It still gets hard with the world really centered around early birds, but it is what it is. I'm just not built that way. Like, the only way I'm going to be built that way is probably if I have kids and they're on a schedule and I'm on their schedule, or I get a pet like a dog. And yeah, because having a cat was very low maintenance, I'll tell you that. Let me see. So we only have a few questions left. Malika. I'm gonna get these, y'all. The fan turned on again. I'm not turning it off. How do you how do you manage time efficiently? So I was actually gonna do a TikTok series on just ADHD in general and time management and all that stuff because I have so many tips and ideas. Yeah, so stay on the lookout for that because I would need a whole lifetime to talk about all the things I've discovered about time management. But using a timer is one of my top tips, for real. What's my favorite song right now? I found that I've been listening to Queen Naja's album a lot. Like, girl, that album was fire. The song Beautiful, when I first heard it, and she was just like talking about how all the struggle and rough times were beautiful. That's what made her, I was like, run it up. Lots of Flo Milli. Ironically, I've been listening to a lot of frequencies. So like, you know, like the hertz, like frequencies. So especially like in the shower, at times you're really trying to clear your mind. They're so relaxing. Another thing I've been listening to, y'all are going to laugh. Okay, y'all are going to laugh, but it's scientifically proven. I don't know that, I'm just joking. But I've been listening to Mario Kart. The soundtrack to Mario Kart is actually really good for focus, so big tip. Once you pause. Once you get past the fact that it's Mario Kart, I got all this done. I got all your questions written down to Mario Kart, so it works. Your favorite TikTok dance right now? This one. And last one, Melissa asked about dealing with stress and burnout due to college. Yeah, that's a big one. So one thing that I found helpful is actually not stressing by yourself. So finding a group of people to work with that are working on the same thing as you. Not people that's going to talk and chat and gossip the whole time, but people that genuinely are trying to work towards something. Number one, it can redistribute the workload. Let's say, because some groups I've been in, like, you know, it'd be like a 10 or 12 question homework assignment, right? And 3 of us would get together and say, I'm gonna cover 4 of these questions, and then we'd all review. So if someone did get something wrong, we'd like put our input in, and we collectively as a group would like solve everything. So we were able to do all that work in about a third of the time and have like all these people's input that were very smart. Yeah, and then I said my mandatory self-care thing. Mandatory self-care, something you always do in college. I know y'all know I had them like them nails on me, bruh. Them nails on, girl. Now they them nubs. I got them nubs on me, but yeah, like that was one of my mandatory self-cares. I scheduled my nail appointment. Nothing was interrupting that. No one was coming in between me and my girl saying, hey girl, I have to watch this, what's up? So yeah, y'all. That was so much cooler in my head. Anyway, that is my life update for now, and I hope y'all can see that my energy is different. One of the biggest things that always impacts me positively is physical exercise. But honor yourself. Do you like going to the gym? I really don't. The social anxiety of the gym is overwhelming. So guess what? I got a pole in my house. So yeah, just figure out what's fun for you and what drives you and do that. You feel me? Are you a group person? Sadly, COVID makes it hard to do group stuff, but maybe an online webinar fitness class, like where, you know, your webcam is on so they can see if you're doing it or not. I want to try that low-key. But anyway, y'all, this video is getting very long. I love y'all. I'm probably not gonna I'm gonna try my best. Y'all know I say this all the time. I'm gonna try my best not to focus too hard on editing this and just get it out as quickly as possible for y'all so I can jump back into my other videos. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to text me, and for the number, text YouTube gang so I know that you're my gang from YouTube, because I put everybody in their own category. So I have Twitter fam in one. You can be both Twitter fam and YouTube gang, okay? Just let me know, you know what I'm saying? But YouTube gang, text it to the number. I'll list it in the description box via a link you can click to if you're watching this on your phone to make it a little easier for you. But yeah, y'all, love you, peace out, gang gang, and I will see you in my next video.